Bad Mirror Boy. Bad Mirror Boy equals 140. And this kind of relates to the Bad Mirror Boy, Jatan. He's got a prediction for the Steamboat Geyser in Wyoming. And it's for the next eruption, the next major eruption of Steamboat Geyser is going to happen at 9 p.m. tonight. 9 p.m. tonight in Wyoming. It's, 1:40 a.m. Mountain Daylight Time right now. So the next eruption is going to set a new record. If we take a look at Steamboat Geyser, Geyser Times has all the geysers. And Steamboat last went off 2 days, 5 hours and 44 minutes ago. Steamboat Geyser. What else has been going off? Beehive. It went off 1 day, 16 hours and 42 minutes ago. Steamboat. Let's have a look at Steamboat. Alright. Interval statistics. One of these stats is going to change. It's the minimum. This one here is going to change. There's a new minimum coming. A new record. So instead of 4 days, 6 hours and 43 minutes as the shortest space between two eruptions in recorded history, it's going to be 3 hours. 3 days, I should say. 3 days, 1 hour, and that sounds about right. 4 minutes, yeah. So that'll be the new record. And you can see it goes off sometimes, but very impossible to predict when. Very haphazard, unpredictable, kind of random times schedule. So how do I know? How do I know about this eruption that's coming, that's going to break this record? Well, this one was at 7:56, right? The last one, 7:56 p.m. on the 13th of May. 13, well, that's Nathan's age. He was 13 when he left this world. 8th of May, 8 o'clock on the 8th of May. Exactly, 8 a.m. on the 8th of May. Something I noticed looking back through history, this thing has a habit of going off right on the hour. It did have that habit for a while, and then it went through this habit again of going off right on the hour, which is weird. And quite a few eruptions were right on midnight. Midnight. And midnight. So, yeah, I'm not predicting one at midnight. Hey, 212. I noticed a few things here. 212 is the value of my full name. I hadn't noticed that till just now, because I haven't looked at this very much yet. I only discovered Geyser Times a few days ago. Maybe a week ago? 2 weeks ago? I don't know. Fairly recently. There's been 100 intervals. So 100 gaps between eruptions recorded. And the shortest out of all of them is that one there. And it's about to be broken. 4 days, 6 hours and 43 minutes. So to find that one, go back to 1982, and there it is there. It was the space between 24th of April and 28th of April. 4:17 a.m. and midday. Exactly midday. 28th of April, 1982. Created a space of 4 days, 6 hours and 43 minutes. An interval. A very short interval by the standards of this geyser. But it's about to change. It's going to get smashed, because 3 days, 1 hour and 4 minutes, that is blowing it out of the water. So how do I know? Well, it's a long story. A very long story. But let's start with the Steamboat Geyser. It's located in the Norris Geyser Basin of Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming in the USA. It's now 5:44. 5:44. Hope equals 44. Fuel equals 44. What is the Steamboat Geezer's fuel source? Well, it depends what you're talking about. Water or heat? One, two, three. Look at me. That's the value of Narcissus. And the daffodil is Jacob's symbol of hope. Narcissus is the daffodil. And 9. 9, ace equals 9. That boy is black as the ace of spades. Nathan decided to throw that one in. And that was a little while ago. Storm boy is 127. So I'm seeing a lot of stuff. And I guess a lot of stuff is seeing me. Weather maps. I can show you something a little interesting that kind of relates to the word ace. Ace equals 9. And that is, if I play this, it'll still show you the latest cyclone we had. Now we don't usually get cyclones this time of year, but we got one. And it was the 9th cyclone for the year. Anne. And I call her Queen Bee Anne, because I live not far from Queanbeyan. And there was a racehorse called Queen Bee Anne. And it was born exactly 18 days before Nathan's birthday in 2009. So Nathan was already dead. He died at the start of the year, and Nathan's birthday is at the end of the year, so he never got to turn 14. Queen Bee Anne, where Anne is spelt the same, A-N-N, Queen Bee Anne, well, that racehorse was born on November 6, Friday, November 6, 2009. And it just, I don't know how I noticed it. I just found it. I looked for it and I found it. Queen Bee Anne. I just came to associate Anne with the bee. Don't ask me why, but I did. Queen Bee Anne. I live near Queanbeyan, but it's spelled a bit differently. There it is. A very late tropical cyclone. Symbolic because Anne equals 29. Black equals 29. Black is the ace of spades. There is such a thing as a black bee, you know. There are black bees. And the 13th of May, she formed on the 12th of May. 12 is the age in between Jake's age and Nathan's age when they left the world that we're in. Jake was 11, Nathan was 13, the age in between is 12. So she was here for the 13th of May and the 14th of May, and then dissipated on around the 15th. It's now the 16th. So that was Anne, cyclone number 9. 1, 2, 3 is also the value of firestorm. Firestorm, and that's how Nathan died, in a firestorm. And he died at number 9. Ace equals 9. Black as the ace of spades. That boy is black as the ace of spades. Yes, Nathan said that. Usually it means something to do with, it's got racist or it's a criticism of immorality, but in Nathan's case it's just a bit of a joke he made. So the Steamboat Geyser is located in the Norris Geyser Basin of Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming in the USA. And Nathan decided this was a good symbol for him to work with. There have been 48 major eruptions of Steamboat Geyser. Steamboat Geyser. I'll fix my mistakes as I go, as I usually do. There have been 48 major eruptions of Steamboat Geyser in the current active phase, which began on Thursday, March 2018, and that's not a mistake, I just decided to make it really clear. It's Steamboat Geyser that I'm talking about, not just some steamboat out in the middle of the ocean somewhere. There were 32 major eruptions in 2019. 2019? Make that 2018. Okay. And there have been 16 major eruptions so far in 2019. 16 so far in 2019. The rude boy equals 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, look at me. The rude boy. Nathan equals 50, and snake equals 50. Snake. Probably a python. Nathan used to go to Darwin quite a lot, and they have green tree pythons up there. Nathan, with no H, that's how you originally spell his name. It's a Jewish name. Reflection equals 107, and brat equals 41. Brat. Well, there are a couple of brats in Red Rain. Daniel especially is a brat. And his adoptive mother, her last name is Sutter. And this is actually a place in Wyoming. Wamsutter. We can come back and look at other places. If you don't want to go to Wamsutter, we can go somewhere else. Thermopolis. Well, now you can tell we're getting close to a place that's got hot springs by the name of the town. 151. Demon equals 51. Angelic is 51. Like an angelic demon. That's annoying me. I'm going to close it. I've got two things open that are almost identical. Okay, now I've just got one. That'll make it easier. Okay, so Jacob and Nathan equals Jatan. The two names combined of these two boys who both know each other in a world that's not our world because they're not in our world now. 151 is the value of Jesus Christ. He's a pretty famous guy because he allegedly rose from the dead. And Holy Spirit also equals 131. Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit is one of the Trinity, right? Nathan drew my attention to the Steamboat Geyser with a prediction, not a prediction, an anticipation. An anticipation of a triplet sign on my birthday, and it turned out to be the Steamboat Geyser. Steamboat Geyser. Jesus Christ 151. Holy Spirit 151. I was just saying that because it was the time, right? Ebony Jane Simpson. The first person I sort of became interested in as far as victims of bad things, like why do bad things happen to good people? Well, Ebony Jane Simpson 196 is the value of her name. She was 9. Turn 6 on its head, you get 9. 6 is the devil's number. Turn 6 on its head, you get 9. 12 and 3. 12, the age of the twins. 3 points to triplets. A triplet sign on my birthday. Do you know what it was? It was the third eruption of Steamboat Geyser. St. Joseph, that's where Jake's from. We came back just in time to see it change. St. Joseph, 112. Kinky Boy, 112. Kinky Boy. Or Zombie Boy. Zombie Boy. Or a Kinky Boy, 112. 6, the devil's number. Sean Myrtle equals 132. Bad equals 7. And the Mirror Boy is 166. The Mirror Boy. 2002 connects to what I'm going to talk about. 2002. And I should probably finish this video around 6:30 and start another one if I'm still going by then. Which I will be, because I've got a can of Coke. Eruption equals 118. Eruption. So I'm not going to lose my voice very quickly. Eruption, 118. Well, let's go back here. Jatan has an anticipation. For Jatan, the Steamboat Geyser symbolizes energy, build-up, transformation, and healthy release. What kind of energy? Well, he's put everything into packages of 666, so that might be a clue. In other words, if you add up all the letters in this sentence, they add up to 666. Like T is 20, C is 3, N is 14, Y is 25. They all add up to 666 if you add them all together. The handsome boy was Jake Chambers. Thursday night is Friday afternoon. So Thursday night in Wyoming is Friday afternoon in Australia. And the time right now is 5:55. Depending where you are. Kinky boy. Devil's number 6. Depending where you are. 155 in Wyoming. In Thermopolis, Wyoming. We can go back home if you want. We can come back to Canberra where the time is 5:55. It's a pretty cool time, so we might as well be here. Don't you think? 5:55. Watch this. 5:5. Satan equals 55. Satan's a bad boy. We all know this. Even people who aren't religious know that Satan's a bad boy. Everyone knows. Sean Myrtle, he's a bad boy too. Bad equals 7. And you'll find him in a story that's being written by Jake and Nathan. He's a kinky boy. The Mirror Boy, 166. A delinquent. Jacob Irwin Wetterling's message. Thursday night, Friday afternoon. Thursday night, Friday afternoon. Okay, so it depends where you are. We've worked that out. Friend equals 56. Friend. Friend, friend, friend. Okay, so you can't believe this if it's been sitting here. It needs to refresh. So it's now refreshed. Hey, 6 hours and 9 minutes ago, the grand. 1 hour 40. Wow. That's the value of Bad Mirror Boy, 140. Bad Mirror Boy. Jatan born on the 6th of the 9th. Of course he was. 57, the value of Daffodil. 2 days and 6 hours ago. That's when Steamboat last erupted. 2 days and 6 hours ago. Okay, back to Steamboat. Did you notice that 140, the value of Bad Mirror Boy? If we go back to when, I don't know, back to the old days. Let's just go with that. Not that old. We want to go forward a bit. Not quite that old either. Hey, it went off in 1989. Hey, that's pretty close to Jake's abduction. 22nd of October was when Jake was abducted. 9th of October. Ace equals 9. Bulb equals 37. It didn't go off again until the 4th of June. After that, Jacob equals 31. Jacob. So the eruption after the first eruption after Jake's abduction had the value of his name, 31. He wasn't quite 12. $140. There it is there. This eruption here on the 26th of April 2002 was exactly 133 days before the 6th of the 9th, which was a Friday. Friday the 6th of September 2002, Jatan's birthday. And this is a week later, Friday the 13th, Bad Mirror Boy. Bad Mirror Boy, 2220. And then 193 days. Remember this. 193 days. Because if we come up to where this 193 days. This was the first eruption in the current what do they call it? Active phase of Steamboat Giza. 521. This was the first eruption in this active phase. So eruption 1 of what has now been 48 eruptions. There have been 48. And you can go into each eruption and look at details if you want to. It has witnesses and everything. We won't do that for all of them, don't worry. If you count them all from back where we were just then, this is eruption number 48 in this active phase, which is a big active phase. And there's a new record about to be set. The minimum interval is going to become 3 days, 1 hour and 4 minutes. 3 days, 1 hour and 4 minutes. That's what's coming. How do I know? Well, how do I know it's connected to this as well? Mount Papandayan. 2002, remember we were just looking at 2002? Well, the last time this thing erupted, this volcano in Indonesia, was 2002. November to December 2002, just there. 2,666 meters. The Steamboat geyser has twin vents, and Mount Papandayan has twin peaks, Papandayan and Puntang. So it's a twin-peaked volcano, and the crater in the middle is Alun Alun crater. Alun Alun. Okay, 6:01 Australian Eastern Standard Time is the time. As I speak, we've still got our kinky boy, Sean Myrtle, the Mirror Boy, and Jesus Christ hanging around here in Perth. 19 km/h winds. 19, good age. And what else? Steamboat geyser. Yeah. That record there goes back to where records begin, really. 1982. So it's the 24th of April and the 28th of April, 1982. The interval in between those two eruptions is the one that holds the record. And you can see some of the intervals are quite large. And it can go like 6 days, 13 days, 43 days, 33 days, 13 days, 19 days, 19 days. That's weird. 15 days, 24 days. And then at any point it can just decide to, go quiet for a while. Whether it's 65 days or 106 days, 93 days, 4 years. You know what I mean? It's erratic. Erratic as hell, man. Erratic as hell. So, how on earth do you predict something like this? You can't. Nathan, age 13, born on the 24th. So this is how I know. Jatan, age 16, born on the 6th. My name, Philip Kelly, has a value of 147. 324. You're going to see that number, I think, somewhere. 238 is an important number. Bad boy. 49. 117, the value of Jatan's name. 67, also the value of Jatan's name. Like, there's many ways to write Jatan's name. Jatan's like a abbreviation, to say the least. But, you know what I mean. Or maybe you don't. Jatan for one is Josh and Satan combined. Jesus and Satan combined into one name. Jesus Christ, 151. Dark Tower, 115. 195 is the value of something. You'll see it somewhere. And it's a reflection of Nathan David Breeze, 159. Halloween is 95, a reflection of Dragon, 59. Bad equals 7, a bad dragon. Bad equals 7, Stormboy, 127. 13, Nathan's age. I really haven't got far into this, have I? Not really. Jacob Owen Worthling's message Thursday night, Friday afternoon. So Thursday night in Wyoming will be Friday afternoon in Australia, 1 p.m. to be exact. So it's the 16th now, it's going to be 1 p.m. tomorrow, Friday the 17th. Jatan is turning 17 on the 6th of the 9th, the 6th of September. Interesting. 666. Jacob Irwin Wetterling's message, Thursday night, Friday afternoon. Nathan Breeze, Take On Me. 49th eruption of Steamboat Geyser equals 666. If you add up all these letters, they have a value of 666 exactly. 6:05, make it 6:06 p.m. on the 16th, Thursday the 16th, Thursday the 16th. We can catch up at 1 p.m. on Thursday. But it's a riddle, because Jayton always talks in riddles. So 1 p.m. Thursday doesn't mean 1 p.m. Thursday. It means Friday. That's what I decided. Because it's still Thursday in Wyoming. So I thought, okay, so it's Friday, because he was born on a Friday. Nathan David Breeze, Take On Me. 9 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Mountain Daylight Time. So that is Wyoming time. Alright. What are we up to now? 2 days, 6 hours, 10 minutes since Steamboat erupted. Mirror equals 91. That's how full the moon is. Mirror, 91. Spirit, 91. Spirit mirror. And 6:19 now. 6 hours 19 minutes ago. These are in sync, aren't they? The castle and the riverside. $117, that's a big one. And a big number, an important number. Alright, well, if we go to Wyoming, back to Wyoming, because that's where our anticipation is located. See, I'm not saying prediction, not saying prophecy, I'm saying anticipation, because anticipation is more exciting. That's what Jatan thinks. Anticipation. So let's go somewhere else. Let's go to where? Where do you want to go? Green River. Green is a colour connected to breeze. It's down the bottom here. The Steamboat Geyser, I think, is up the top corner. Thursday, 16th of May, 2019. Mountain Daylight Time, there it is. Mountain Daylight Time. So that's what we're reading. Mountain Daylight Time, Thursday. 9 p.m. tomorrow night in Wyoming. Mountain Daylight Time. So it's 2:08 a.m. now in Green River, Wyoming. And 6:08, where I am, bad boys equals 68. Jayton is a bad boy. Of course he was born on the 6th of the 9th. 9 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time Thursday is 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time Friday. All up it equals 666. It does. Not making it up. I'm adding it up. 609. Jayton born on the 6th of the 9th. The boy Nathan's spirit. 9 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time Thursday is 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time Friday. The boy Nathan's mirror. 9 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time Thursday is 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Time Friday. Wetterling breeze mirror. We can catch up at 1 p.m. next Thursday. We can catch up at 1 p.m. next Thursday. Which is Friday, where I am. Halloween, 95. So Halloween's the 31st of October. The Steamboat Geyser did erupt on Halloween, actually, last year. It was one of the dates that struck me as, rather, If I go back here, maybe we can see it. Yeah, we will, because Halloween is October 31. There it is. And it was recorded by Steve on the 31st of October, 8:21. Interesting, because this all started, I think, with an eruption on the 20th. Eruption that happened at, I think, yeah, 5:21. The first eruption in this active phase was at 5:21. There's a few things here actually that are weird. Quite a few. Anyway. The last eruption was on the 13th. The 13th was when? Monday. Manic Monday. And it's now the 16th. Thursday. Friday, Jatan's turning 17 on Friday, the 6th of the 9th. It's now 6:11. Okay. The hot Steamboat Geyser boy, Thursday night is Friday afternoon. Satan, the hot bad boy. He ought to be a hot boy by now, if he's been burning in hell for all eternity. He has to be a hot boy by now. Halloween, 95. Has to be. 9 p.m. MDT, Mountain Daylight Time, on Thursday, or 1 p.m. AEST on Friday, Australian Eastern Standard Time. So it's very exact, isn't it? Jatan, the Dragon Boy, 9 p.m. MDT on Thursday, or 1 p.m. AEST on Friday. Magma on Thursday. Steamboat at 1 p.m. Jasper, Lorenzo, Wallace Mackay. Australian cyclone name list. Jasper's a long way off. Wallace has been ACE equals 9. We had 9 cyclones. Mackay is a place in Queensland. Means son of fire. And Lorenzo is on the Atlantic name list this year. We can catch up at 1 p.m. next Thursday. 9 p.m. Thursday is 1 p.m. Friday. The Bum Chicks, Papandayan and Puntang. The Bum Chicks. Well, I wonder how they feel about that, being referred to as Bum Chicks. That could upset them. Papandayan and Puntang. You know, Puntang actually means vagina. It's like a slang word in Filipino anyway. Not sure about Indonesia. Puntang. And Papandayan. The Bum Chicks. Transformative experience. We can catch up at 1 p.m. next Thursday. Phil Kelly, Steamboat Geyser, 3 days, 1 hour and 4 minutes. There we go. I could be called a prophet if this comes true, except I can't be because I'm not calling it a prophecy, I'm calling it an anticipation. So I can only be called an anticipator. We can catch up at 1 p.m. next Friday. Athlete Jatan's eruption at 1 p.m. Phil the anticipator. Yeah, sounds about right. What about Jatan the anticipator? Can you read my mind? 9 p.m. MDT on Thursday is 1 p.m. AEST on Friday. Equals 666. Can you read my mind? At 1 p.m. on Friday afternoon as 3 days, 1 hour, 4 minutes. Jatan's twin jets. 9 p.m. is 1 p.m. Selfish boy, isn't he? Twin jets. Steamboats and a steamboat. Twin jets and a steamboat. How rich is he? Steamboat's cauldron. 49th eruption of Steamboat Geyser. But yes, it's true, the steamboat does shoot twin jets. The elevation of Mount Papandayan is 2,666 meters. That's also true. And so we saw that. So you know it's true. It's right there. Although there is another place where it says 5 instead of 6 at the end, which ruins everything, but we won't say that. Just don't tell anyone. Because I don't know which one's right anyway. And which one's wrong. 5 or 6. If maybe it's halfway, maybe it's 5.6. Who knows? Stormboy equals 160. And lightning equals 100. Lightning. That equals 7. Lightning. Oh, I needed that. A little swig of Coke. Shouldn't drink Coke, by the way. Kids. Bad for you. Weather maps. I don't know, I just thought we'd look at a weather map. Even though it's not much really happening. I mean, we had a cyclone. And there's a cold front. I mean, that's about as exciting as it gets, really, in Australia. It's pretty boring weather here. We just get highs sitting over us, really. Pretty much that's about it, most of the time. And drought. High pressures and droughts. Occasionally we get bushfires and heaps of people die. Cyclones. But we don't get crazy cyclones like they do in America. Not often. Occasionally. Cyclone Marcus is 152. Marcus. Cyclone Marcus. Now he was pretty strong. The strongest in more than 10 years actually. And had the same name as Jake's dog. As in Jake Wetzeling had a pet dog named Marcus. True. And Marcus the cyclone came through exactly a month after Jake's birthday. Through Darwin, that is. 216 is 6 times 6 times 6. That's the time in Green River in Wyoming. Mountain Daylight Time. So, how long till the eruption that is being anticipated so keenly by Jatan? Well, it's 9 o'clock at night, and it's now 2:17 in the morning, which reflects Jake's date of birth. The 17th of the 2nd is Jake's date of birth. And yes, Cyclone Marcus went through Darwin on the 17th of the 3rd last year, and then became a Category 5 monster, except he wasn't a monster because he was out to sea and no one really cared. In fact, the Americans were more interested than we were in what Marcus was doing after he went out here. Australians were just, it's out to sea, we don't care. Australians, disinterested in weather because the weather's so boring. We just expect boring weather. 6, 6 and 6 is 18. We have no volcanoes either. Big equals 18. Nothing big ever happens in Australia. Bulb equals 37. That's why Australians are obsessed with things like a geyser that's not even in Australia. It's just so boring here. Nothing happens here. Big, 18. Bulb equals 37. 37 times 18 equals 666. Mount Papandayan in West Java, Indonesia, last erupted in November-December 2002. Jake Wetzeling was kidnapped on the 22nd of October 1989. So 22 is also the most powerful number in numerology. And no changes there. 2002, we know that's an important year. Jatan born on the 6th. He's 16 years old. Nathan born on the 24th. We know all this. No point raking over the same coals. Or is there? Nathan says yes, actually you should. Because you might find a fire demon down there. And he knows how to deal with them now. He's learnt how to deal with fire demons. So he's quite skilled. Satan's Messiah, Joshua, 74. 74. You know, the first boy I ever told my weather predictions to was named Joshua. And his middle name was the name that breeze comes from, which is Rhys. R-H-Y-S. Rhys. A Welsh name. And I know Nathan has definitely got Welsh ancestry. I know he does. Even though I don't know. I do know. 74 times 9 is 666. When I say I don't know, no one's told me, but I know. 74 times 9 is 666. 9. That boy's black as the ace of spades. Ace equals 9. Times the value of Joshua, 666. And Joshua was very interested in my predictions. I don't call them predictions now. Anticipations. Papandayan is a twin-peaked volcano. Because predictions, then people are like, oh, if you're wrong, we're gonna never believe you again. But if it's an anticipation, well, everyone's like, whatever. Papandayan is a twin-peak volcano. Hot Boy, 85. Hot Boy twins. Nice jets. Nice jets. Those hot boys have nice jets, see? When they go. 2 at once. And they don't always erupt like at the same time, exactly the same. One can go without the other, and all sorts of weird stuff can happen. But yeah. Friday the 24th of November, 1995 is Nathan's birthday. And 85 days later, Jake would have turned 18. Now in some of my earlier videos I said he would have turned 7, or he would have turned this, or he would have turned 17. 18 is the age Jake would have turned on Saturday the 17th of February 1996. 18. So if Jake had still been here, which he wasn't, he could have held an 85-day-old Nathan in his arms. He would have had to wait until he was 18 to meet Nathan, or almost 18, 17, 85 days off 18, if he wanted to meet Nathan when he was born. 85, the value of twins, remember? Twins. 85. Nice jets. 5, the number of days, 85, between their birthdays. 8 and 5 is 13. Age equals 13. Nathan was 13. 22, the most powerful number in numerology. Jatan born on the 6th. And the 22nd is when Jake left this world. Was taken from this world. He didn't just die. He was abducted and murdered, so it was by force. 622. 22 is the most powerful number in numerology. It also relates to twins, obviously. Jatan has a twin named Demas. I'll tell you about him in my next video. But I probably should stop now, because it's like, 623 is 223. I missed 222, so I'm feeling ashamed, and I'm just going to have to start a new video to, get over my shame.